Hello and welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. Welcome to another MALIFAUX Monday.
Well, first MALIFAUX Monday for a while.
It is,
It has been a little bit of a while since
it has, yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. So this box set is The Plague Cometh.
The Plague Cometh.
Which is Hamlin.
Hamlin, it's your box set.
It's my box set. We did do an unboxing for the original Hamlin.
We did.
That I managed to find.
Was that when we placed the order for some stuff from America?
It was actually when we did the, was it the Black Friday stuff?
Yes, we did. I think we did that around the same time.
We did, yeah.
Obviously that was a while ago now, and we've had this since then. We also have the Brotherhood of Rat, which we'll see next week. We do the Brotherhood of Rat next week. And one of the special edition models will be done today, but it'll be on a separate video, so you'll see that as a bonus MALIFAUX Monday. So you definitely got to get a MALIFAUX Monday next week as well. There we go.
Yay!
But today we've got The Plagued, which is the newer version, the second edition version of Hamlin. Which
looks infinitely better than the first edition, to be fair.
To be fair, the models do look awesome. But let's get inside.
Let's get in, have a look.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to prepare my knife. So yeah, it's been a little while since we've done MALIFAUX Monday. So we're going to get back into doing them when we can. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a weekly thing or not. We'll attempt to do it as often as we can. There's quite a few unboxings we want to do, plus we want to do some more games and other things to do with MALIFAUX as well. So here we go.
Right. So it's all in a nicely wrapped up.
So
Just to show you the box art on the back. That's
the card files.
That's the box art on the back. Quite cool. Ice cream, anyone? This is an ice cream van outside.
If that camera's pictured it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
So this comes in a baggie.
It does, yeah. That's cool.
Normally is there no
there's no foam in this one.
No foam?
No.
It comes in a baggie.
But is this the one that came with Black Friday from America?
Yeah, we got this from America.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it is.
I don't know.
So we have these boots. So I assume, obviously that's Hamlin, part of Hamlin.
Yep.
More parts are in there.
So we should have Hamlin here.
Got Nicks.
We should have Hamlin. We should have an Obedient Wretch. We should have The Stolen. Another The Stolen. And another The Stolen. We should have a MALIFAUX Rat. 4 bind of the Rat, 4 bind of the Rat, 4 bind of the Rat.
I think there's 4 rats on there.
So those are the rats. MALIFAUX Rats.
Oh,
a lot smaller than the other ones,
yeah.
actually. They're about the same.
That spray there is Hamlin.
Awesome. We should also have Nicks. And then there's the upgrade cards for Hamlin. But yeah, these rats, I don't know if you make them out. If you've not seen them, there they are. They're about the same size, I would say, as Skaven rats. The extra kind of Skaven rats you get in the various Skaven box sets. So obviously if you want spare rats and you've got some Skaven about, there we go, easily done. There they are. And we've got plenty. What we also have for these, those are the bases that you get with it. So, I think there's only one large base and the rest are small ones. But we did actually get some model display bases, which are sewers. So we've got those ones. We've got 2 packs of them because I knew there was a lot of rats, plus there's the Brotherhood of the Rat to do as well. And we've got some larger ones as well. So we will be using these for this set as well, just so you know straight away. So, Claire, where would you like to begin?
I think we should begin with the main guy himself.
With Hamlin?
With Hamlin.
We normally begin at the beginning, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll start with Hamlin. So we will find the instructions online, because we need to do that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of them, isn't there?
There is actually.
Is it that whole sprue?
That whole sprue is Hamlin, yeah.
Right, okay. So we shall get him off there. And that's not something, is it?
No, it's just a bit of...
I know there's a lot of small parts, but it was a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, there is actually in there.
So we'll get all these bits off and we shall start with Hamlin. Okay, so we've had a quick look at the instructions for Hamlin on I don't know if it's coming up alright on the camera, it should do. But I said you can get it from the weird website. If you have a look, you've got the instructions there. I imagine you will need them even if you watch this video because this is absolutely
insane.
Insane. It doesn't even number them, thankfully, on this one, on the sprue as well. So, we will do our best based on this. But we're basically looking at two parts. We're looking at handling, which looks pretty straightforward, which is this part. And then we're looking at Hamlin's plague, whatever that's meant to be. His guff, whatever it is that goes with it. Oh God. Right. So we will start with the man himself, I think.
Right.
And then we will muddle our way through the other part.
Okay.
So we need, we've got 2 legs, a body, a head, coat, 2 arms, one with a staff, and then we've got his pipes. And that's it, that's really what makes him up. So we'll get those parts and we'll do that bit first. Okay, so here are the parts from Hamlin. And this bit should be fairly straightforward. It's the next bit that's going to be difficult. We've got the back part, and which is his coat, which is there, which will go onto the front part, like that. And then his head goes onto this little stub bit there goes into the legs when they're stuck together, because it makes a little square hole, as you can see there. And then there's a hole in his chest, sort of a oblong hole where the panpipes go. I don't know if the panpipes or not, I'll just say they were.
It certainly look like panpipes.
And then there's 2 little indentations on the arms and where they go on. So that should be very straightforward. So I'm going to stick him together, and if there's any problems we'll be back, otherwise we'll be back when he's finished. So here is the first part of Hamlin, which is basically Hamlin with his staff. Pretty easy to put together, no problems there. Just get a bit nearer to the camera. You can see. So we're going to do the second part now. So just move him out of the way for a second. And that is basically all these parts that are left on the sprue. And I guess we start with these big bits in the middle.
Yeah, I think those are the main parts.
So those 2 parts, we need them off and they'll be stuck together. So what we're going to do, we're going to take them off bit by bit as we're going along, but we'll be back in a second. So those are those 2 bits from the middle together. Which makes this big sort of, almost like a slug piece. And then there's this smaller part which fits onto there. There's like a little groove, you know, you see that? And that'll fit onto there. So we need to glue that bit on. And that's the main bulk of it done. Then we need to add on all the little bits where they go. So we're back in a second. Okay, so we have our giant slug type thing, majig, and now we have parts 1 and 2 on the instructions, which are 2 parts of a head. And then we have like a top part there. See that on there? And then we have like the bottom jaw there. So those 2 parts need to be stuck together, and then they appear to go, according to the picture on the back, in this slot here, I would say. Yes. So they're going to go on this bit. So we're going to stick these 2 bits together, and then we're going to go on there. And then we'll be back in a moment. So there we go. We have this little head growing at the side of this plague thing. Next up is number 3, which is an arm, which is there, which appears to go onto this little flat bit there. Appears to anyway. Yeah. So we'll get that on. And then number 4 is like a little tendril thing.
It's like a little rat's tail.
Which goes on the opposite side of this rat's tail, which is already stuck on. So get those 2 parts on, and back in a sec. So those are those bits on. You see like the other horn bit and then the arm. Next up is part 5, which is another arm, which appears to go on the other side.
There we go.
And I'm not quite sure where that is, but there's a long flat bit there, so that meets up. And then part 6 is another head, which is a full head this time. Kind of looks a little bit like a bloodthirster with, bloodletter should I say, with small horns. And that's goes around the other side again, and it goes on that little bit just there. So I'm going to stick those two bits on and I'll be back. Okay, so there is the head on there and the arm on the other side. So next up is parts 7 and 8, which are again our two head pieces. The top part, which has this horn coming off, which looks like a plague bearer, and then the bottom jaw of that. And those, if we can find them, appear to go quite near the top. So I think that bit goes in there, and I'll be back when it's stuck on to show you. So hopefully you can see that on there. It's kind of like a cat face when I see it properly with a horn coming out the back of it. Next up is part 9, which I think goes next to that. That is just a skull head, and I think that just goes there. And then we have an open mouth one, 10 and 11, which goes just underneath that. And that is a 2-part piece, which is 10 and 11 there. So we'll get those parts on. Okay, so you can see the one skull goes at the top and the 2 parts go there open, sort of facing forward against whoever Hamlin's looking at as well, I think. So next up is parts 12 and 13, which again are top and bottom part of a skull combo. And there is the top and the bottom part. And they go just underneath these two, just there. So I'll be back when they're on. So if you can see that under there, it's now in to build up. Next up is 14 and 15, which are 2 parts of a very, very Skaven-esque head.
Looks very much like a rat's face now. There's another one a bit further along that looks like a rat's face
and
as
those
well.
2 parts just obviously fit together side by side. And they go next to the one I've just put on. So I'll be back when that's done. So the rat's head goes on there. There's like a little hole where the peg underneath the head goes. And then next we have 16 and 17, which are 2 arms.
That one's number 16.
Yep.
And then that one is number 17.
Okay. And they go to weird places. Not that any of this isn't weird.
That was 17.
That one's 17.
That one's 17.
I believe that goes because there's a little nodule under there into that bit. And then 16 must go on there. Must do. It does, yeah. It goes right next to the rat head, number 16. Like this is the rat that's grasping out with a human arm. And that bit just goes underneath into that little socket. If you can see it there. So I'll put them on and I'll be back. So this is where we're up to. You can see the weird where the arms are going. Next up is 18 and 19, which are 2 parts of a head. You can see that. And then we have 20 and 21, which are the next rat head. And then we end the large bulbous type head, which is 22 and 23. So what I'm going to do, because these are the last 3 heads, I'm going to stick all 3 of these on, and they go around this area here. So it should be pretty straightforward after this, and hopefully that'll be done then. So I'll be back in a second. There, it is finished. So you can see the rat head goes on the opposite side, and the other 2 in between. And that is the plague or the blight, whatever it's meant to be. The tyrant, I don't know. Magic force, whatever the hell he's using. And Hamlin will go in there. But we'll see him again at the end when he's stuck on the base. So next up is Nyx. There is Nyx. Thankfully a lot more straightforward. So we'll get the parts off the sprue and then we'll be back in a second. Okay, so here is Nyx. He's made of these 5 parts. Pretty straightforward. We have the 2 body sides, which will go together like that. But first, you want to put in the underside of the body, which will fit into there. It only goes one way. And the upper side of the body, which goes there. Again, this will only fit in one way, like that. So I want to glue that in place, and so it doesn't fall off like that. And then glue the other side on. And then finally we have Nix's lower jaw, which needs to go on. So I'm going to stick them together. If there are any problems, we'll be back, otherwise we'll see you at the end. Okay, so there is Nix on a 40mm base. And that was really easy to put together. It's got quite a cool little model, I do like him. He's the only one that goes on a 40mm base, and to be fair, he could fit on a 30mm base quite happily, but there he is. Whereas Hamlin would probably rather go on a 40mm base, but he's on a 30mm base, which you'll see at the end. But there we go. So next, we're doing the Obedient Wretch from the set. There she is.
6 parts.
6 parts. It's not too difficult, but let's get the parts off and we'll have a look. Okay, so these are the 6 parts of the sprue. She goes together. We get the back of a dress, and then we have this leg, which fits in there. This other leg then fits in next to that shorter leg, fits in there, into this little socket I just felt like, but it just goes into there. If you can see that. Like that. And those parts will fit on there, and there's a little square cut out there for the dress. Like that. And that just leaves us with our arms. So one arm's coming under, which is this arm, where she's holding a rat, and the other arm is on top of the rat where she's stroking it. So it should be pretty straightforward. If there's any problems, we'll be back, otherwise we'll be seeing you when I've done it. So there is the wretch, Obedient Wretch. She's got a very sort of gypsy-esque look to her.
I thought that.
Very cool model, do like it. Pretty easy to put together. So we'll see her again at the end when she's on a base. Next, the stolen, is it?
Stolen,
so these are the 3 stolen. They are apparently numbered 1, 3 and 2.
Again, they don't match what's on the build instructions.
Oh, okay. But fortunately they don't look too difficult to put together. So I guess that's one guy. That one's 1.
Yeah.
And that one's
1
together. So we'll start with
number 1, which is the one holding the knife.
Is that number 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start with number 1, which is number 2 actually. 2 on the sprue. There we go. So this is stolen number 2 on the sprue. You can see it just there. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. This is his arm, and it's tiny. But it does look like it's got a little bit of a slot thing that goes in there. Is that right?
I think so.
There's like a little cube on the back of it. It's really hard to see which slots into that little gap there. So that shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, fingers crossed. 2 legs go together, head on, and then the other part of the arm where he's got holding the knife. Is it a knife?
It looks like a knife.
Down to his side. So I'll put them together. You can have a look at them at the end. If there's any problems, I will be back before the end. Okay, so there he is. Sort of bending around. He's got his knife sort of behind him. He's sort of pulling that out. So pretty straightforward. We will see him again at the end. So stolen number
2.
2.
Yeah. This one.
So this one is.
She was.
It's the girl, is it?
Yeah, she was number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, on the sprue.
Is that all the parts?
That's all the parts. Yeah, that's it.
So basically, we've got kneeling down. We've got one leg coming back, and then we're gonna have her arms. Is she holding a rat?
Yes, she's holding like a half-eaten rat.
Half-eaten rat, so she's eating a rat. Brilliant. So we'll put those 3 parts together. Okay, so there she is, eating a rat and kneeling down. So we'll see her again at the end. So the last of the stolen.
Here's number 3. I think he was number 1 on the spring.
So he's got his feet missing.
Which
are there.
Yes.
So the 2 feet need to go on, and then
grab hold of them.
the arms. So a bit fiddly, but we'll put this one together. And if there's no problems, I'll be back before I've finished. Okay, so there he is together. That's pretty easy to put together because the feet sort of fit in quite well, and the arms just go on. That's it. Okay, so we'll see him again at the end.
Now we have the rats.
Now we have the rats. So it's 4 rats here. This one's easy because those are just 2-part rats. That one's just a 2-part rat. This one's the only one that's a bit different. It's the one that's sort of stood up,
if you will. Yeah.
Sort of like acting. I think he's doing Hamlet.
He must be, yeah.
It's the position that he's in on the picture.
Yeah.
So we'll stick these 3 together. That should be straightforward. And then there's the head there which goes there. An arm should go there, and then he'll be stood up, and his tail should go on. So I will stick these 4 together as they are. And if there's any problems, I'll be back. Otherwise, we'll see them on the bases with the rest of the crew at the end. And here they are finished. As you can see, we've got the rats at the front. Got this one here, who I'm calling Rizzo from now on.
No, Rizzo.
Rizzo the rat. It kind of just reminded me of Rizzo. I must put them together. And they look pretty good on these bases, I think. These are pretty cool bases. I've got 3 stolen, the obedient wretch, Nix, and obviously Hamlin. With Thing at the back.
Ghastly
But
thing.
it is pretty weighted over this side, obviously, so his balance is a little bit off. So if you were to shape him on a sort of bigger base than this, obviously you put him that way a little bit, offset him. But there we go. So what do you think of your new crew?
I'm really chuffed with them, actually. They're a lot better than the old crew.
Yeah.
I think Hamlin's more dynamic.
Yeah, and he's obviously got the big thing that's with him, which is quite scary.
And Nick seems smaller than the old.
I think he is smaller.
Yeah.
Because he took up most of the base last time.
He did. But
And then we have the obedient wretch. I can't remember what the other one looks like.
I can't remember off the top of my head. No.
The rats are a bit smaller as well.
Yeah.
But they're a lot more detailed, I think.
Well chuffed with them.
Not that's anything stops you from using the other rats as well.
No.
Plus the rats we're going to get next week in the Brotherhood of the Rat box set. So we've got that to look forward to. But we also have today Barbaros on our extra video. So stay tuned for that. But for now, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, it helps out loads. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Hopefully we'll be doing some more MALIFAUX Mondays again soon. There's definitely one next week, like I said, and there's the extra one today. So look out for them.
Yep.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.